Welcome everyone to the program. We begin with victory for the All Progressives Congress APC as the Supreme Court today affirmed Governor Oyetola in the Osun State governorship election of September 2018. Justice Bode Rhodes Vivo delivered the majority judgment supported by 5 of 7 justices of the Apex Court panel. Now, the justice affirmed the majority judgment of the appeal court in setting aside the majority judgment of the trial tribunal. The court held that the absence of Justice Peter Obiora during the hearing of a key witness on February the 6th renders the judgment of the trial tribunal a nullity. And it's a moment of celebration for the All Progressives Congress. Let's now get the reaction of the Supreme Court ruling in favor of the APC candidate, Governor Oyetola, and we have joining us from our Abuja studio a Senator Ajibola Bashir. He's a member of the APC, and he'll be here to, we can see him. Well, actually, thank you for joining us at this time. We'll also be getting reactions from the PDP a little later on. But tell us, it's another jubilation for your party after the judgment from the Supreme Court today. I mean, I'm sure that the cloud that was over Mr. Oyetola has been lifted. How would you react to today's judgment?
Good afternoon. The judgment puts to finality the controversy as to who was the winner of the governorship election conducted in Osun on September 22nd and 27th, 2018. And the judgment, which is a judgment of majority of 5 to 7, affirmed the decision of the Court of Appeal to the extent that the decision of the trial tribunal, which was read by Justice Obiora, is a nullity. The judgment affirms a 60-year-old jurisprudence of Nigerian law that where a court is considered by a panel, the absence of a member of a panel or irregularity of sitting of all the judges of the panel will render such a judgment to be a nullity. And this is a jurisdictional issue. If you recollect, when Justice Sankey of the Court of Appeal decided the judgment at the Court of Appeal, it was stated that that issue alone should have ended the matter. But for the fact that the Court of Appeal, being a penultimate court, will have to consider the other issues on the merit, assuming the Supreme Court will find that they were wrong on the issue of the nullity of the judgment of the tribunal. But today, majority of the Supreme Court, which judgment was read by Justice Rhodes Vivo, upheld the decision of the Court of Appeal to the extent that the judgment of the tribunal as delivered by Justice Obiora is a nullity for violating that time-tested principle of law, which implicate on jurisdiction and fair hearing. So I think now the business is set for Governor Oyetola to continue with governance and having been distracted a bit in the past 9 months with the lingering litigation.
But then again, Senator Bashir, some would say that was more of a technical consideration. I know we'll have a legal practitioner talk on that, but then the fact that the court held the absence of Justice Obiora was more a technical consideration. What do you think?
I wouldn't say it's a technical. There's a difference between technical rules of technicality and rules of jurisdiction. Rules of jurisdiction is a substantive law issue because although extrinsic to the issue that will be submitted for adjudication, but they go to the competence of the adjudicating authority. So there's a clear difference between rule as to fundamental issues of fair hearing, burden on jurisdiction, which, as I said, is already a 60-year-old jurisprudence recently affirmed by the Supreme Court in the case of Caledari and Legal Practitioners Committee. And you must know that when issue of fair hearing arises in any case, it's a fundamental issue. You cannot have a situation whereby judgment is delivered by proxy or by hearsay, whereby Justice Obiora has not been shown to participate in the proceeding, and then he has gone ahead without having the benefit of observing the demeanor of the witnesses, without benefit of seeing the witnesses giving testimony and yet delivering the lead judgment. Even the minority two justices of the Supreme Court agree with the applicable rule that whenever such occur, that is established that one of a panelist did not sit throughout the judgment, it will be a nullity. So there's no doubt that that's a jurisdictional issue. It's not a question of technicality. And as you will know, if not for the fact that the Supreme Court, being a final court, would not need to go into the merit of the matter, the Court of Appeal judgment by Justice Sankey actually, because being a pedagogical court, went to the merit of the matter and they found against, the PDP and Demola Adeleke on all issues that have been submitted for adjudication.
But moving forward, do you expect that the party, the All Progressives Congress, and the governor, Oyetola, will perhaps consolidate to foster unity amongst the parties, political parties in the state?
Yes, definitely. The beauty of democracy is that you have the party in government and you also have opposition party. As you will know that the government of Alhaji Isaka Oyetola is actually a consolidating government deriving from the achievement and the programs of Ogbeni Rauf Adesoji Aregbesola. So we believe that with the litigation being over now, there will be aggressive pursuance of development programs in terms of infrastructure, in terms of social investment, and in terms of actualizing the mandate of governance, which has to do with welfare and security of the people. And of course, we welcome idea from the other political party in the state. And as you know, even from the last general election, Osun is a state of APC. Out of the 26 House of Assembly, 23 elected are from the All Progressive Congress. Out of 3 senatorial slots in Osun, 2 are APC, including Ameambusep, and out of 9 House of Representatives, 6 are from the APC. So you see, it's a state that is primarily progressive and that has always been going the way of our tendency, our progressive political movement. So we believe that all other people who are also ready to collaborate, cooperate, and work towards the upliftment of our people, they are welcome in the administration of APC and that of Oyetola.
We'd like to thank you, Senator Ajibola Bashir, a member of the All Progressives Congress in the House, for joining us at this time.